Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the Modern History Previous Year Questions Part 21. In today's session, we are going to discuss some of the questions related to the modern history that has been asked earlier in the exams. We will see the type of topics that have been covered under these questions. We will see the type of question that could be asked related to them in the upcoming exams and will enhance our knowledge regarding modern history. So let's start. So these are the topics I got covered for you in this session. But the constitutional development of India and India after independence. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. First question that we have: in which year Pitt's India Act was passed? So options are 1784, 1773, 1783 or 1793. Try to think about it. If you have a knowledge about the acts that were passed by the British, then you must know the answer. And I guess the answer you have figured out is correct, as the answer is A, that is 1784. So Pitt's India Act was basically a kind of an amendment that was done in the 1773 Regulating Act. As we know that 1773 Regulating Act came for 20 years. That means the next act would be coming in 1793. But as there were a lot of corruptions and bribery was going on in the working of East India Company, so a reform was added by the Prime Minister of that time. That was Mr. Pitts, and because of that, the name is Pitt's India Act. So Pitt's India Act was passed in 1784. It further demarcated the political and commercial matters of the company. Basically, the thing that was added under this act was that along with the board of control, along with the court of directors, there will be board of control. So the particular working of East India Company in the terms of political and commercial matter was divided. So do remember that the answer is 1784. In which of the following years did Goa get its independence from Portugal? Options are 1960, 1963, 1961 or 1962. Think about it. And if you have heard about the post-independence history of India, so you must have heard about that, how the Goa got liberated from Portugal and in which year. So the answer is C option, that is 1961. So Goa liberation movement had played an important role in ending the Portuguese colonial rule in Goa. Goa Liberation Day is observed on 19th December every year in India, and it marks the day Indian Armed Forces freed Goa in 1961, following 450 years of Portuguese rule. The Portuguese colonized several parts of India in 1510, but by the end of the 19th century, Portuguese colonies in India were limited to Goa, Daman-Diu, Dadar Nagar Haveli, and Anjay Deva Island. After India gained independence in 1947, Goa was still under Portuguese rule for 14 years. By the 36 hours military operation conducted from 18 December 1961, codenamed Operation Vijay. Remember what was the name of operation? Operation Vijay. And involved attacks by the Indian Navy, Indian Air Force and Indian Army, to which the Portuguese surrendered, and the coastal state acquired its liberation on 19 December 1961. So do remember the answer is 1961. And one more thing that you can add is that the colony or the particular British or European advent that came to India, the first one was Portuguese. They came in 1498. In 1498, and Vasco da Gama was the first one who came, and they also became the last one to leave India. So do remember that Portuguese remained in India for the very long time among all the particular European countries. So another question we have, that Goa got independence from which particular colony after the independence of India? Options are Indian, Portuguese, Dutch, or British? So take your time and think about it, guys. So I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer of this question is Portuguese. So the Goa liberation movement has played an important role in ending the Portuguese colonial rule in Goa. Goa Liberation Day is observed on 19 December every year in India, and it marks the day Indian Armed Forces freed Goa in 1961. Following 450 years of Portuguese rule, the Portuguese colonized several parts of India in 1510. By the end of the 19th century, Portuguese colonies in India were limited to Goa, Damandiv, Dadar Nagar Haveli, and Anjadiva Island. After India gained independence in 1947. Goa was still under the Portuguese rule for 14 years. By the 36 hours military operation conducted from December 18, 1961, codenamed Operation Vijay, and involved attacks by the Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, and Indian Army, to which the Portuguese surrendered, and the coastal state acquired its liberation on December 19, 1961. So, from which particular colony the Goa got independence after the independence of India? So that was basically Portuguese. Which of the following movement played an important role in the ending the Portuguese rule? Options are Goa Liberation Movement, Goa Non-Cooperation Movement, Goa Peace March, or Goa Non-Aligned Movement. So think about it, guys. And once again, I guess the answer you are looking for is right, because answer is Goa Liberation Movement. So Goa Liberation Movement had played an important role in ending the Portuguese colonial rule in Goa. Goa Liberation Day is observed on December 19 every year in India, and it marks the day Indian Armed Forces freed Goa in 1961, following 450 years of Portuguese rule. The Portuguese colonized several parts of India in 1510, but by the end of the 19th century, Portuguese colonies in India were limited to Goa, Damandiv, Dadar Nagar Haveli, and Anjadiva Island. After India gained independence in 1947, Goa was still under the Portuguese rule for 14 years. By the 36-hour military operation conducted from 18 December 1961, codenamed Operation Vijay, and involved attacks by the Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, and Indian Army, to which the Portuguese surrendered, and the coastal state acquired its liberation on December 19, 1961. So do remember, the answer is Goa Liberation Movement. When did Bangladesh emerge as an independent country? Options are 1972, 1971, 1975, or 1970. Think about it, guys. And I guess if you know a little bit history of the 1971 war, then you must know the answer. The answer is 1971. So in this picture, you can see Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of Sheikh Hasina. On 26 March 1971, Bangladesh was proclaimed as an independent nation by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. This led to the Bangladesh Liberation War, when a guerrilla war ensued between Pakistan and Bangladesh Liberation Forces with Indian support. The Bangladesh Liberation War ended in December 1971 with the epic defeat of Pakistan. And particularly after that, Bangladesh was liberated or separated from the West Pakistan, and Bangladesh got independence. The national anthem of Bangladesh was also given, that Amar Sonar Bangla, that was written by Rabindranath Tagore. Bangladesh got independence from which country? Options are India, Britain, Pakistan, or Burma. So think about it. So I guess the answer you are looking for is in front of you, because the answer is Pakistan. So on 26 March 1971, Bangladesh was proclaimed as an independent nation by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. This led to the Bangladesh Liberation War, when the guerrilla war ensued between Pakistan and Bangladesh Liberation Forces with Indian support. The Bangladesh Liberation War ended in December 1971 with the epic defeat of Pakistan. So if we talk about the Pakistan, basically Pakistan was created in 1947 under the Mountbatten Plan, we know. And Pakistan was on two sides of India. One was West Pakistan, one was East Pakistan. In West Pakistan, there were majorly the people like Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Liaquat Ali Khan, and all these people. But if we go to the eastern side, so the peoples are like majorities of the Bengali people, and who are the part of the East Pakistan. But under the supremacy of West Pakistan, the people of East Pakistan were ignored from 1947 till 1971. And Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who gained popularity, he particularly asked the people to ask the questions to the West Pakistan that about their rules, about their rights, and all the other things. And because of that, a kind of a tension created, and Operation Searchlight was executed by the Pakistani armed forces in East Pakistan, because of which the army of India has to intervene. And finally, in December 1971, the war happened. And in that particular war, India defeated the Pakistani armed forces and had Mukti Bahini, that was a force created by the people of East Pakistan. And that is how the Bangladesh got independence from Pakistan. So that is a brief of the story that was happened in 1971. In which city was the Indus Water Treaty signed between India and Pakistan in 1960? Options are Lahore, Calcutta, Karachi, Bombay. Very important question this is, and a moderate to high level question. So I guess the answer you are looking for is right. Answer is Karachi. So if we talk about the Indus Water Treaty, so it was signed on September 1960 between India and Pakistan, brokered by the World Bank. Remember that this treaty, the mediator was World Bank. The treaty was signed in Karachi, Pakistan. The Indus River rises in the southwestern Tibet autonomous region of China and flows through the Indian Kashmir region and then into the Pakistan to drain into the Arabian Sea. So under the Indus Water Treaty, if we talk about the Pakistan, they got control over the three rivers that are Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. And if we talk about India, so India got control over the Ravi, Beas, and Satluj, that is RB and S. And if we talk about the Indus Water Treaty, so it was signed by particularly two people at that time. One was Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru from Indian side and General Ayub Khan from the Pakistani side. What is the importance of 22nd July 1947? Very important and moderate question this is. So think about the options. National song adopted, session pre-independence, leaders discussion for selection of national anthem, or present national flag adopted. So think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer is present national flag adopted. So national flag of India, that is Tiranga, is a horizontal rectangular tricolor, saffron, white and green, with the Ashok Chakra, a 24 spokes wheel in navy blue at its center. It was adopted in its present form during the meeting of the Constituent Assembly held on 22nd July 1947, and it became the official flag of the Dominion of India on 15th August 1947. And do remember that the national flag was basically we have the present national flag was created by Pingali Venkaya. Remember that name as well. So the answer is present national flag was adopted on 22nd July 1947. At the time of independence, British India consisted of princely states? Options are 592, 565, 582, or 500. Try to think about it, guys. And I think that you have know the answer of this question because this question is quite important one. And the answer is 565. So there were total 565 princely states at that time in India. And if we talk about the princely states, so these are the particular places which are still under the control of some kings who have adopted the sovereignty of Britishers in the 19th and 20th century, in the earlier 20th century. So at the time of British withdrawal, 565 princely states were officially recognized in the Indian subcontinent, apart from thousands of zamindari estates and jagirs. In 1947, princely states covered 40 of the area of pre-independence India and constituted 23 of its population. So do remember the answer is 565 princely states were there at that time. All were merged into the Union of India after independence. Out of them, some has also went to the Pakistan also, but 552 princely states were merged along with India, in which three very important princely states were also there, like the Hyderabad, like the Jamnagar, and the Kashmir. The Assam Accord of 1985 was a memorandum of settlement signed between and leaders of AASU, All Assam Student Union, in New Delhi in 1985. So options are Charan Singh, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, or VV Giri. Think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right because the answer is Rajiv Gandhi. So Assam Accord was a memorandum of settlement signed between the representatives of the government of India and the leaders of the Assam movement. It was signed in the presence of Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi in New Delhi on 15th August 1985. So under the Assam Accord, some of the things related to the particular indigenous developments of Assam were discussed, and regarding the things regarding the refugees and the people who can come into the Assam state. So all these things were discussed. So do remember that it was signed between the representatives of the government of India under the presence of Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi at that time. The Gandhi Peace Prize Award for Social, Economic and Political Transformation through Non-Violence were instituted in the year. Options are 1985, 1990, 1995 or 2001. Think about it. And once again, I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right because the answer is 1995. So the Gandhi Peace Prize Award for Social, Economic and Political Transformation through Non-Violence were instituted in the year 1995. Gandhi Peace Prize is an annual award instituted by the Government of India since 1995, the 125th birth anniversary commemoration year of Mahatma Gandhi. The award is open to all persons regardless of nationality, race, language, caste, creed or sex. The award comprises an amount of rupees 1 crore, a check and a citation. In March 2021, the Gandhi Peace Prize for the year 2020 was conferred on Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Remember that Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is also known as Bangabandhu, in recognition of his outstanding contribution towards social, economic, and political transformation through non-violent and other Gandhian methods. Banga Bandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was a Bangladeshi politician, statesman, and founding father of Bangladesh, who served as the first president and later as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh from 17 April 1971 until his assassination on 15th August 1975. So do remember the answer is 1995. 5. With which of the following Indian states was known as the Northeast Frontier Agency till 1972? Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, or Mizoram? Very important question. Think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer is Arunachal Pradesh. Northeast Frontier Agency, originally known as the Northeast Frontier Tracts, was one of the political division of the British Raj. And later in independent India until 20th January 1972, when it became the Union Territory of Arunachal Pradesh and some parts of Assam, Arunachal has become full-fledged state on 20th February 1987. Till 1972, it is known as the Northeast Frontier Agency. It gained the Union Territory status on 20th January 1972 and renamed as Arunachal Pradesh. If we talk about Arunachal Pradesh, so this place particularly is the place from where the Brahmaputra river enters into India with the name called Dihang. And later on, in Arunachal Pradesh, when the rivers, the particular tributary rivers join the Dihang river, it becomes Brahmaputra. And Brahmaputra finally flows through Arunachal Pradesh and Assam and went into Bangladesh. So particularly, if we talk about Arunachal Pradesh, so it is also called as the Northeast Frontier Agency till 1972. Which of the following leaders signed the Tashkent Agreement? Very important and easy question this is. I think you don't require any time, but still. Options are Jawaharlal Nehru and Jinnah, Jawaharlal Nehru, Ayub Khan, Lal Bahadur Shastri and Ayub Khan, and Vallabhbhai Patel and Jinnah. So think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is Lal Bahadur Shastri and Ayub Khan. So Tashkent Agreement was signed between India and Pakistan in 1966. According to this, India and Pakistan won't use their power against one another and will resolve the conflicts peacefully. It was signed in the middlemanship of USSR by contemporary Indian PM was Lal Bahadur Shastri and Pak General Ayub Khan. And particularly just after signing this Tashkent Agreement, Lal Bahadur Shastri died in Tashkent only. And particularly that was the biggest loss of India at that time. And Lal Bahadur Shastri was the one who particularly gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Remember that as well. And he was the official second president of India, second prime minister of India. Remember that. And if we talk about Lal Bahadur Shastri, so after Lal Bahadur Shastri, once again, the position of prime minister got vacant. And after that, Indira Gandhi rose to the power as she became the first female prime minister of our country. And she remained on this post for a very long time, and her legacy is remembered by a lot of people in our country. So remember, Lal Bahadur Shastri and Ayub Khan signed the Tashkent Agreement. After which India-Pakistan War, Tashkent Declaration took place. Options are 1947, 1965, 1971, 1999. Very simple question this is. And once again, I guess you have figured out the answer, because the answer is 1965. So Tashkent Agreement was signed between India and Pakistan in 1966. According to this, India and Pakistan won't use their power against one another and resolve the conflicts peacefully. It was signed in the middlemanship of USSR by contemporary Indian Prime Minister was Lal Bahadur Shastri and Pak General Ayub Khan. So you can see in this photo, a lot of people are here. Like in the middle, this one is General Ayub Khan. This here is our beloved Prime Minister of that time, Mr. Lal Bahadur Shastri. And you can see this face also. This is Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who later became the president of Pakistan and later became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. He was also the one of the Prime Minister of Pakistan. He was also the one Prime Minister of Pakistan who got death penalty in Pakistan later on. So answer is 1965. The Shimla Agreement of 1972 was signed between Indira Gandhi and options are Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Benazir Bhutto, Ayub Khan, or Pervez Musharraf. Try to think about it. And I guess the answer you're looking for is right because the answer is Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So Shimla Agreement was signed by Indira Gandhi on the Indian side and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto on the Pakistani side on July 2, 1972. This agreement is a comprehensive blueprint for better relations between India and Pakistan. So under this agreement, a few things were done, like the particular area which Indian Army got under control of it during the 1971 war was transferred back to Pakistan. And particularly if we talk about Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, so this particular treaty has helped him, particularly gaining the confidence of his people in Pakistan. And if we talk about this particular war, this particular agreement, so this was signed between Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India at that time, and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So remember that. Shimla Agreement 1972 was signed by whom? Options are by India and Pakistan foreign ministers, by Indira Gandhi and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, by Indira Gandhi and Benazir Bhutto, by Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Pervez Musharraf. Try to think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right because the answer is by Indira Gandhi and and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So Shimla Agreement was signed by Indira Gandhi on the Indian side and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto on the Pakistani side. This on July 2, 1972. This agreement is a comprehensive blueprint for better relations between India and Pakistan. So do remember the agreement was signed between Indira Gandhi and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Operation Vijay is associated with which of the following wars? Indo-Pakistan War 1971, Indo-Pakistan War 1947, Indo-Pakistan War 1965, or Kargil War 1999. So try to think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right because the answer is Kargil War 1990. So do remember that Operation Vijay is related to Kargil War 1999. And one more thing that you can add is that 26th July is basically celebrated as Vijay Divas. So Kargil War or Kargil conflict was an armed conflict fought between India and Pakistan from May to July 1999 along the line of control in India. Operation Vijay was launched by the Indian Army to throw back the intruders who had treacherously occupied Indian territory. Kargil Vijay Divas is dedicated to the martyr soldiers of Kargil. India-Pakistan Kargil War codenamed was options: Operation Blue Star, Operation Vijay, Operation Virat, or Operation Kargil. Try to think about it. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right because the answer is Operation Vijay. So the Kargil War or Kargil conflict was an armed conflict fought between the India-Pakistan from May to July 1999 along the line of control in India. Operation Vijay was launched by the Indian Army to throw back the intruders who had treacherously occupied Indian territory. Kargil Vijay Divas is dedicated to the martyr soldiers of Kargil war. So remember, Operation Vijay is the code name of the operation related to the India of Pakistan Kargil war in the Dras sector of Ladakh. Which of the following years India-Pakistan war did not happen? 1947, 1962, 1965, 1971. Very simple question this is. And I guess the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer is 1962. Because 1962 is the year when Indo-China war happened. So in 1962, there was no war happened between India and Pakistan. It was fought between India and China. In 1962 war between India and China, China won the war and particularly got the control of Aksai Chin. So do remember, answer is 1962. Before 1971, in which year India-Pakistan war happened? 1962, 1963, 1964, 1965. Think about it. And I guess once again the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer is 1965. So before 1971, India-Pakistan war happened in 1965. India and Pakistan have fought 4 wars in 1948, 1965, 1971 and 1999. And in 1965, there was a war that happened between India and Pakistan, as Pakistan got into a confusion that they can also defeat India, as India got a little bit of backlash from China in 1962. So because of that, they were thinking, but India gave them a big lesson. Then finally in 1971, once again, we gave them another big lesson. First Anglo-Burma War took place in which year? Options are 1890 to 1893, 1885, 1886, 1824, 1826, 1852, 1853. Try to think about it. And I guess once again the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer is 1824, 1826. So the first Anglo-Burma War took place in 1824, 1826, and Britishers won the war and signed a treaty called the Treaty of Yan Dabo in 1826. The second Anglo-Burma War took place in 1852 during Lord Dalhousie tenure. Answer is 1824, 1826. In which year did Bangladesh became independent parliamentary democratic country? Options are December 1971, January 1972, March 1972, or February 1972. Try to think about it. And I guess once again the answer you are looking for is quite right, because the answer is January 1972. So on 10 January 1972, Bangladesh became independent parliamentary democratic country, whereas on 26 March 1971, Bangladesh got independence from Pakistan, or we can say that they declared independence under the leadership of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. When was the ceasefire line between India and Pakistan converted into the line of control? Options are 1971, 1972, 1973, or 1974. Try to think about it. And as I am thinking that your thinking is right, because the answer is in 1972. So in 1947, the 740-kilometer long ceasefire line was drawn between India and Pakistan. After the 1971 war, LOC was enforced after the peace treaty between India and Pakistan called Shimla Agreement in 1972, and ceasefire line was converted into the line of control in 1972. So do remember that the ceasefire line got the name line of control in the year 1972. Earlier it was known as the ceasefire line, and it was demarcated during the 1947-48 war. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things with me, and I will meet you in the next session in which we will discuss some more things related to the modern history. And till the time we meet, bye bye, take care everyone, and see you soon.